Come here, Cajon. Give me my mascot for today. Hey everyone, Jason here. Going to talk to you about our equipment recommendation Tuesday, but before I get started, I want to introduce everyone to my beautiful dog, Cotton, over here. The other dog's not too friendly with the camera. Her name is Candy. So yes, we have Cotton and Candy as our dogs here. And I'm sitting in our beautiful backyard in Dallas, Texas, where it's a beautiful December day. Definitely taking advantage of it. I think it's like 55 degrees here, which is like way warmer than it has been. But I want to talk to you today about our equipment recommendation Tuesday. Oh, and she's gone. We're going to be talking today about reflectors and what they can do for you, the advantage of reflectors, as well as to go into what to look for a reflector. So let's go ahead and get started. So with reflectors, a few things to, what you need to know about reflectors and what they're good for and why you'd want to buy one, because they are pretty cheap. Cheap being around $20 to $50 for a good reflector. They do a lot for you. They're basically an extra light for, a fraction of the cost of buying an additional, whether it be flash or studio strobe. So what you're looking at when you invest into, or what you get out of a reflector when you get one, is a few things. First and foremost, it adds an extra fill light. So if you're not familiar with fill light is basically filling in the dark sides of an image. So right now I have the sun directly in front of me, which what I like to call the two position, or at like a 45-degree angle from me right now. Actually more important, about a 60-degree angle. And if I'm looking at the camera directly right here, you'll notice that I have a little bit more of a shadow side over here. It's a little bit darker over here. That's because you just have one main light, and when the light's hitting me from this angle, it can't really hit over here. So that's a beautiful part about reflectors. If you're trying to get that more even lighting, you basically hold a reflector right here. Pretend I have a reflector right here. I'm in Dallas, so I don't have all my studio equipment with me, but if I had a reflector right here, I'd hold it up. I'd have it lower than me and point it up. I'll get to that in a second. But we have it pointed up at me, and what that would do is it would fill in that shadow and fill in all the detail in on my face over here and help bring it to life a little bit more and get that more even soft lighting. And it would reflect the same temperature of the light. So in reference to white balance, if you're using like a white reflector or a white fabric or even a white poster board, to be honest, it would reflect the light and complement or match the color temperature of the sunlight we have coming in right now. What also it does, for people that like to shoot outdoors, a lot of you natural light photographers out there, it adds a catch light. So if you look into my eyes right now, it's kind of hard because I can't really open them that wide because the sun's so bright right now and directly in my eyes. But if you look closely enough, you'll see like a catch light. And a catch light is basically just a twinkle in the eye. It's a reflection of the light coming into the eye and coming out. And what that does is it brings to life the eyes in an image. Anytime you look at photos and you're just like, wow, it's an amazing portrait, or that's an amazing fashion shot, they usually have something in the eyes, like a reflection of windows if they're using natural light indoors. If they're using flash, it's usually a twinkle of the eye, or an umbrella, softbox, some kind of reflection in the eye, and it really brings them to life. If you look at pictures without catch lights, the eyes kind of look dead. And that's something I always bring up in my photography classes, is I always say, like, go for the catch light, because when I look at people's pictures without the catch light, the eyes look dead. It just doesn't look as interesting. I'm not as engaged in the photo. Whereas I see catch light in the eyes, it's usually like much sharper, and it just really pops out. It really makes the portrait pop out. So that's one great thing that the reflector can do for you for much cheaper than an actual additional light or something like that. And it's cheap. It's like 35 bucks. And it, you have the sun, and then you have your reflector, and that's two lights right there. You have your main light and then your fill, and that's pretty much what most photographers need, at least to get started and to play around with and have some fun. So that's the advantage of having a reflector. So let's go into what you can get, or I'm sorry, what to look for in a reflector. So when I buy reflectors, I have two actually. I only have two, and they come in different sizes. You can get really small reflectors, more for product photography, not the best, like little 12, 18-inch ones. What I really like is I have a 36-inch. That's just perfect. Perfect for headshots. It's about 36 inches. It's circular, and they're really nice to work with because they're just the right size to kind of get the kind of head to midsection reflection of light. When it reflects the light, it gets about this much in here, about 2 feet of light coverage reflected on the person. It's great for headshots. It brings in that catch light and everything. So size is important. Like 36-inch, great for headshots. Then they have the much bigger ones that are around, I think, 60, 72-inch. I have a 72-inch translucent, which I'll talk a little bit about. But the bigger they are, the more light they're able to reflect or diffuse, and that's more for like full body portraits and stuff like that. So what to look for in reflectors? I really like the 5-in-1s. So what that means is it's 5 reflectors in one. So there's 5 different types. There's the white reflectors. So like I was talking about before, like the light from the sun hitting back and reflecting on me. With a white reflector, the color balance stays the same, and it's a nice soft fill on say this dark side right here. There's also silver. Silver, if we had the silver reflector here, it'd add a lot more contrast, be much punchier in terms of contrast, and much brighter and a much higher level of light reflected back on me, and a much more brilliant catch light in the eyes. Then there's gold. Gold reflectors are great for kind of enhancing skin tones. So if you're working with someone who's a little bit paler or likes to look, have that golden glow about them, that bronze glow, without the spray tan and tanning salons, the gold reflector does great for that. You basically get the Jersey Shore tan without the Jersey Shore. And then so you have the gold, the silver, the white, then you have the black. Now the black reflector is not actually a reflector, it's more of an absorber. It absorbs the light. And what it does when it absorbs the light is it adds more shadow, adds more depth, kind of takes away the light. So, if we had a black reflector here, it actually suck out a little bit more light from the photo. You just kind of emphasize and darken that shadow on what would be my right side of the face. And then we have the translucent, which is actually not really much of a reflector. It's basically just translucent material. It's see-through, but acts more as a diffuser. So that's what I would hold up directly in front of the sun, and it would help soften the light coming onto my face right now with the sunlight. So with it'd be the same thing as adding like a translucent umbrella and shooting through a translucent umbrella to kind of soften the light. So diffusers are great for softening the light, and that's what I have with my 72-inch. It's just a massive 72-inch translucent, I guess not really a reflector, but a reflector that comes up, and I basically put that in front of the sun, so I can do full body portraits and diffuse the harshness of the sun. So those are your options. There's the 5-in-1s that have white, silver, gold, black, and translucent. Those are the ones that I recommend, just because it kind of does it all in one. There are the few. There's like the mixed silver and mixed gold, that kind of add warmth and contrast. I haven't really tested those too much. Never been much of a fan, but if you have something to say about them or suggest them or have some pictures that you use them with, feel free to send those our way. I'd love to see them and get your opinions on using the mixed silver and gold. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the article and the blog post below. If you're watching us on YouTube, just click the link in the description and you'll be taken to the blog post where you can learn more about where to find these reflectors, how much they cost, and what also they're good for. So I hope you enjoy this video. Again, if you have questions, comments, suggestions, we're more than willing to hear them from you. So until next time, until our next video, I will see you then. Thank you.